then when we leave a message and all, and they were always there helping me that, okay, this is your link, you can go and do it. And I think this was one of the best decisions that I've taken.
Lovely, Kaina. Thank you so much for coming up and talking about your journey. We absolutely loved having you over. Anybody else who would like to come and talk about their journey? Koi aur aana chahega? Let me know in the chat. We would love to hear from you. We have so many experts have taught you so many things. So anybody who would like to come right now, let me know in the chat. Anybody else? Great. Gulzar would also like to speak. I'll just put Gulzar on the spotlight. Hi, Gulzar.
Hello, actually, my name is Gulzar Fatima, and two months ago we joined this session, the Airblack journey, and it was all awesome. I love the guidance of Shreya Mongia ma'am and also Vedika Vadera ma'am. She was awesome. Also, I love the sessions. Like also the support team. Thanks to them, they were always there with us. But I'm still stuck with the basic eggless sponge cake. Can you help me, please?
Definitely, Gulzar. I think if we might have done a lot of sessions. You can always go back to the recordings. But I think
Yes.
you still have a few club benefits left, right?
Yes, I have.
So maybe you can take up this question in a club benefit class, and we would love to entertain your question, and we would love to, make sure that you understand about this particular topic as well.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gulzar, and I hope you become a great baker. Other than that, anybody else who would like to come up and speak, let me know. Everyone, this is the time that you have to thank all your experts who have helped you throughout your journey. So anybody else who would like to come up and speak, let me know. Payal, Arush, anybody? Let me know in the chat, or else we will go ahead and have our expert on the spotlight, everyone. Anybody who would like to come up and speak? Mahima, Shweta, Divya, Ganesh, anybody? Okay, never mind. I'm sure you all are a little shy, but you can always put your messages in the chat, everyone. You can let us know in the chat how has your journey been. And of course, we will make sure that, your messages are being sent. Okay, Payal would like to speak. Great. Okay, Payal, you can go ahead and take
Hello,
over.
everyone. My Airblack team and I Airblack जो भी है बहुत सही क्लासेस सब बहुत अच्छा हुआ और मैं बिजनेस करना शुरू कर चुकी हूँ अभी एयरब्लैक के बाद क्लासेस के बाद और बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट भी आया है और सब वेदिका मैम एंड बहुत सारे शेफ्स बहुत अच्छे थे एक्सप्लेन बहुत अच्छा किया क्लासेस और मैं आगे के कोर्सेज भी कर रही हूँ एयरब्लैक से
Lovely, Payal. All the best for your venture that you have started, and I hope कि आपको और भी ज़्यादा orders मिले. So Payal, आपकी favorite class कौन सी थी अभी तक की?
एक्चुअली मैंने सबसे बेस्ट क्लास अभी तक जो मैंने वर्कशॉप अटेंड की थी ब्राउनी की फर्स्ट टाइम जब क्लास कोर्स के पहले जो वर्कशॉप्स अटेंड करते हैं वो सबसे बेस्ट थी और उसके बाद मैं क्रूसॉन और मैक्रून्स और ये जो क्लासेस थी ये सारी बेस्ट है मेरे लिए तो
Lovely, Payal. Thank you so much for coming up and speaking, and all the very best, Payal.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So I can also see a few really cute messages from all of you. Thank you so much, Gulzar. And awesome. So I think if nobody else would like to speak right now and everybody's a little shy, no worries. So give me a thumbs up if I should go ahead and have our special guest on the spotlight. Give me a thumbs up, everyone. Okay, I've got one thumbs up. Okay, and okay, great, awesome. So I think let's go ahead and have our special guest and guest of honor on the spotlight, everyone. We have an amazing expert. We have Oindrila joining with us, everyone. Oindrila is the first runner-up of the season 6 of MasterChef India. She was called Dessert Queen on the show for her baking skills. She opened her bakery, The Sweet Spot, in January 2019 in West Bengal and has been featured in various renowned platforms such as Telegraph, First Post, New India Express, and many more. So let's go ahead and hear it for Oindrila. Hi, Oindrila, can you hear me?
Hi Radhika. Hi guys. I'm so super excited to be here. I can't tell you, I mean, it really makes me feel that, I wish I was actually a part of, your gang and have learned all these amazing things. Yeah. Because I can tell you for sure, when I was learning baking many, many moons ago, I will not, tell the number of years, we did not have access to such amazing resources to learn. I literally had to struggle to, pick up even whatever little I know. And I'm really, really happy and thrilled to be here. I'm very excited to be associated, with this prestigious and most awaited 8th graduation ceremony of the Airblack Culinary Club. I mean, I think you can just make out the excitement from my face itself. And of course, I mean, to meet all of you, to be in the presence of all you super talented and passionate bakers, I'm sure you guys are gonna pave the way for the, for the culinary world to, have a proper transformation where they actually become better. So I'm really excited about that. And, another thing, guys, Radhika, I have to say this. I'm so amazed that Air Black Culinary Club in less than 9 months has actually hosted over 500 workshops with over
Yes,
1,000 live hours. That's crazy. That's insane and incredible. Huh?
that's
So
spectacular.
really, really congratulations to all of you. And most of all, congratulations, you guys. You have done a fabulous job. I understand that, you guys have actually learned it over a month where you have picked up 20 unique recipes. And now you're all set to actually proceed on to your baking journeys. So congratulations on that. And you should congratulate yourself more than me congratulating you, because this is a huge deal. I can tell you that बहुत बड़ी बात है. एक कुछ सीखना, उसको यूज करके आगे बढ़ना, अपना एक करियर बनाना बहुत ही important चीज है. And I'm really, really happy and proud to, just so blessed to kind of be here to share this moment with you guys. So thank you so much.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining us, Mandrila. Now let's hear it from you. Can you tell us, can you take us through your journey? How has it been?
So, okay, let me tell you this. I really believe this, especially now. मुझे एक्चुअली लगता है ना, मैं इस धरती पे मतलब भेजी गई हूँ खाना बनाने के लिए, सबको मीठा खिलाने के लिए. And it's funny because मैं 3 साल की थी. I'll start off there. मैं 3 साल की थी. My dad was in Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. He was posted there, and my mom, she got the steel का कढ़ाई and steel का बर्तन का set. And तब एक चल था कि नाम इंस्क्राइब कराते थे उस पे, ताकि everybody knows, and she still has those kadhai. So of course I was 3 years old. I saw my mom getting all this कि मम्मी मुझे भी चाहिए फिर. So mom actually got me this little mini set of kadhai and potli and pan and all of that. And that I think is where it actually started मेरे लिए, क्योंकि मुझे याद है मैं बचपन में ना वो टी केसेस को लेके उसको होल बना के उसमें एक स्पिरिट लैम्प लगा के उसमें मैं खाना बनाती थी, कभी सोयाबीन का सब्जी. आई रिमेम्बर, नाउ वी यूज फैंसी टर्म्स लाइक स्ट्रॉबेरी कॉम्पोट फॉर एग्जाम्पल. एंड उस टाइम में मुझे तो कॉम्पोट वगैरह क्या पता होगा, 5 साल की होंगी मैं, तब 4 साल की होंगी, आई डोंट इवन नो. तो मैं तब बोलती थी कि मुझे स्ट्रॉबेरी जैम बनाना है, एंड आई लिटरली यूज टू सिट एंड मेक इट, एंड माय ब्रदर यूज टू हेल्प मी मेक ऑल दीज इंजीनियर ऑल दीज gas stoves and all. So I think that is where my cooking journey actually started, and it just proceeded from there on. मैं 8 साल की थी when I baked my first cake, and I remember that so vividly. ना मुझे इतने अच्छे से याद है, क्योंकि I remember it was a heart shaped tin. मेरे पास एक ही tin था. Mom used to bake lots of cakes, तो मैंने उनसे सीखा था. I observed her, and believe me when I say this, कि वो मेरा पहले मतलब first अकेले बना हुआ केक है. My mother was not helping me out. And I just made that, and I remember frosting it with very sweet green color ka, ekdam bright green color ka buttercream. And I made eyes, and I, like for grass nozzle use kiya tha maine. So it had a furry feel also. So that was my first cake. And these are some memories, I don't think anybody ever forgets. So it's so vivid in my head right now also. तो वो वहां से शुरू हुई. एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स मैं जब 13 साल की थी मैं बाहर चली गई इंडिया के, मैं विद माय पेरेंट्स, एंड आई ग्रो अप देयर. तो वहां पे भी लाइक आई वाज कुकिंग. यू कुड नेवर कम टू माय हाउस एंड नॉट फाइंड चॉकलेट केक. बिलीव मी, हमारे घर पे हमेशा चॉकलेट केक एंड ब्राउनीज रहता था, एंड सब आके उसी पे टूटते थे. एंड the funny thing is we take our legacies with us. I still use in my own bakery. मैं अभी भी उसी रेसिपी को थोड़ा सा मॉडिफिकेशन करके, ऑफ कोर्स दैट इज व्हाट आई यूज. इट्स बेसिकली रेसिपी व्हिच माय मदर पास्ड ऑन टू मी. And again, like another very big cake memory which I want to share with you guys is, I am a huge fan of Sanjeev Kapoor, and who is not, after all? Sabko, whether he is the god of Indian food. And I don't know if any of you are my age, but when I was young, when I was really small, मैं जब छोटी थी तब Sundays को ना खाना खजाना आता था, and वहां पे उन्होंने एक fondant का रेसिपी शेयर किया था. ठीक है, तो वो मैंने पता नहीं कहीं कहीं से ढूंढ के, एंड जस्ट इमेजिन आई एम इन अफ्रीका, आई एम नॉट इन इंडिया, so that time there is no YouTube, there is no internet as such, and उसमें से पता नहीं कहाँ से मैंने उनका रेसिपी ढूंढा. And there was an anniversary for a very special uncle and auntie, and I was what, 15 or 16 max. I actually built up without any training. I found that recipe. I made my own fondant at home. Don't ask me for the recipe. I have lost it. I don't make my fondant at home anymore because it's so easily available, being honest. But that time it was not. So I had to make it, and I made it, and I covered it, and it was such a beautiful cake. And I see pictures of it क्योंकि उसका picture है, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I actually did that. So I think that's where it started from. तो मुझे हमेशा ही मुझे खाने में जाना था, मुझे बहुत मन था. तो मैंने मेरे पेरेंट्स से भी बात किया, but then the reply that I got from my dad at that time was कि हमारे घर की बेटियां बावर्ची नहीं बनती है, वो लोग डॉक्टर्स बनते हैं, इंजीनियर्स बनते हैं, they're lawyers, they're accountants, they're all of that, but they're not बावर्चीज. But see, you have to understand कि वो भी सही थे क्योंकि उस टाइम पे ग्लैमराइज नहीं था. Being a chef was all about hard work and less pay. There was no home baking business like we have right now, that it's a viable career option. I'm making a living out of it. So it was all a struggle. So then, of course, I came back to India. I joined one of the national law schools. I got through. I actually wanted to open my pizzeria. So that dream also went down the drain. My dad had agreed to that, but he said no once I actually talked my school. So everything gone. So I had to focus on a mainstream career. So I did my law. Even after I quit this law school, I joined another one. I did my law. I did my CA. I worked with PwC as a tax consultant for like 11 years. And मुझे नहीं पता आप लोगों के कोई relatives होंगे जो consultancy world में है. But it's a super hectic life, right? It's very, very difficult. It's very long hours. They pay us a lot of money, but they make sure that every bit of it they get back. तो वो था मेरा जिंदगी. And मेरे पास ना खाली weekends हुआ करते थे. And उसमें भी मुझे बस खाना बनाना है, केक्स बनाने हैं, बेक करना है. Now when I look at those pictures, now I'm like, oh my God, I really did not know, for example, how to decorate things, how to make things look pretty. They always tasted nice. But how do I make it look better? So then, YouTube started happening and all. And then I started seeing more, reading more, like whenever I used to get time. But then I felt like it was not enough because as I was progressing in my corporate career, I was seeing कि मेरा मतलब टाइम खत्म हो जा रहा है. मतलब पहले मुझे 2 दिन मिलता था वीकेंड का, अब मेरे पास 1 दिन है. फिर एक टाइम आया जहाँ पे मतलब नाम का ही वीकेंड था. वी वर वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम कंटिन्यूअसली. तो फिर मैंने बहुत सोचा. आई वाज लाइक कि बॉस, एक ही जिंदगी है, अब मैं अगर ये करूं तो ठीक है, मिल जाएगा, पार्टनर बन जाऊंगी, बहुत बड़ा नाम कमाऊंगी, सब ठीक है. But then I will never be happy because I'm not doing what I love. क्योंकि मेरा मतलब it was always within me. It was always within you. It's always there. If you love something, it comes out. It will not let you live in peace, and I can tell you that. And that is exactly what. अगर मेरे laptop पे मतलब between all the Excel sheets and the Microsoft Word documents and everything, legal briefs that I was typing out, there was one page of recipes, which was always open. And sometimes the boss also used to come and just see it, and you're like, you're not working. I was like, bro, I'm working, but I also need to have this mental outlet where I can see things and refresh myself. And that is what food did, food and baking comes very naturally to me, honestly. I mean, I honestly feel like I can just take some maida and some butter and sugar and just create something. It just comes together, thankfully, and I thank God for this gift. But so it was always something very therapeutic for me. So when I was seeing that, I was getting further and further away. So I realized that I don't want to do this. So I made a call. I was like, okay, I need to save some more money. Of course, I was living in Delhi that time. I was not able to save. So I made a long-term plan. Okay, I'll move back home. I'll save my money and then I'll start my bakery. my chain of cafe, my bakery, and all of that. So I moved back to Kolkata. I stayed here. In 2016, I moved back. I was still with Pricewaterhouse. Now I was associate director. I was reporting partners, going for client meeting. Again, it's like hectic life. It's a 14-hour workday, and I'm not kidding. So that is what I was doing. And I realized one thing over here. I was like, dude, it's मुझे 3 साल रहना है यहाँ पे, 4 साल रहना है. For me now, it's my focus is something else. So not that I did a bad job at my workplace, but I had my thing clear. So I used to put in that effort. And over here, what I did was my best friend was here. So he helped me. So in fact, 2019 is not when I started the sweet spot. 2019 is when I quit my job and I put my full energy into it. But I actually started it in 2016. I was actually doing 2 things at a time. So I used to work from 10 in the morning to 10 in the evening, maybe sometimes later, at my corporate job. And then I had an assistant who's still with me. She's baking right as we speak. So she's still with me. And that time she was a newbie, but I taught her how to bake the basic cakes. So she used to bake the cakes with my best friend. He used to come over, help out. At 10 baje मैं घर आती थी रात को, and I would start on decorating the cakes. I would start putting them together, because एक तो होता है कि जो cakes है वो बनाना, that's a very important thing, as all of you would know. But the most important thing is how you put it together, because cakes not only have to taste good, but they have to look fantastic, right? So that is what I used to do. I used to work till like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Weekends, whenever I'm baking, I would bake. Again, early morning, 9 o'clock, you are there at office again, So this was basically my life for like almost 2.5, 3 years. And then I realized, I felt like MasterChef is going to come around the corner, and I wanted some time कि I prep myself, कि मैं अपने आप को कुछ सिखाऊंगी, because the last time I did not get through MasterChef, I was not selected, even though, something crumbled. So it was, I don't know. So for me, it was like a very random decision. I was like, okay, now I'm going to leave my job now. ठीक है, हो गए, थोड़े पैसे आ गए, कुछ लाख का saving हो गया है, उसके basis में जिंदा रह सकती हूँ अगर कुछ कमाई नहीं हुआ. Because end of the day, the practicalities are also very important, right? Because I'm financially independent. I was not dependent on my parents. I was paying my own way. तो अगर मैं कुछ शुरू करने जा रही हूँ तो वहां पे भी मुझे एक फंड चाहिए जिसके भरोसे मैं ये कर पाऊँ. So I made sure I created that for me. And then I quit my job in 2019, traveled around all across India, solo traveling for like 2-3 months. And I suggest, like, to all the ladies and gentlemen out there, you need to do this at least once in your life, where you take off and just go mad, just travel and find yourself. And I think that really helps also. So that helped me actually connect with my food journey even more, because I got to experience so many different cultures, and the way they all cook, and the way they have, their sweets were so different. Like for example, in Himachal, they had these beautiful apples. And I remember over there when I was there, right, I got to eat a super delicious dessert, which was made by a lady in a guest house, which I stayed there, which I recreated for my MasterChef journey. And yeah, as all of you know, then MasterChef happened. So in between, there was a sweet spot that was put on hold, concentrated on MasterChef. And after MasterChef ended again, I came back. There was a lockdown, but I still kept on baking. Thankfully, I made the decision that time to not open an outlet, because obviously there are so many fixed costs, बहुत सारे खर्चे होते हैं, and we have to be all mindful about it when we are running a business. End of the day, the motive is that you earn money out of your passion, right? So I did not open an outlet. I still haven't opened an outlet because I feel like this model is working out well for me. But yeah, that is how basically my journey has been. I've just been baking and baking and baking. Right now also there are cakes being baked in my kitchen.
Amazing, amazing. Firstly, Oindrila, I would really like to thank you for sharing your journey. I think it's just not the baking, but in general also your journey has been really inspiring, and how you took the right decisions at the right time, and you, left a corporate job, which was, I'm sure it was paying you great, but, following your passion, doing what you love. And that's what Airblack does here. We make sure that everybody do what they love. So firstly, thank you for sharing your journey. Everyone, agar aapke paas koi bhi question hai, regarding anything, you can put your questions in the chat. आप अपने questions chat पे लिख सकते हो. I also have a few questions. So my first question would be like, right now you're a home baker, and when you left a company, like, how did you attract more orders? Like, how did you started getting orders?
Okay, so this again has a very nice story to it. So one of the first orders that I did once I moved back to Kolkata was actually an engagement cake for my friend. So that, I remember I gave her a 2-tier huge 10 kg cake for like 5,000 bucks. I was not trying to make money out of it because meri dost thi. So I was just like, theek hai, I want to get my hands clean first, practice where I can, if I go wrong, they will not say anything, they will not mind. But of course, I just need the basic raw material cost. So that's how I started. And I got the feedback and people loved it over there. So then, what happens, and I'm sharing my secret with you. When I do a cake, I always think it's a piece of art. ये ना एक जैसे हम लोग स्केच बनाते हैं, आई एम एन आर्टिस्ट, आई एम अ केक आर्टिस्ट, आई एम नॉट अ बेकर. I'm a cake artist, and every cake that I create is actually a piece of art. And you have to understand one thing. ये केक जो जा रहा है, ठीक है, ये 1 kg का केक जा रहा है आपका, पर ये जा रहा है आपके 20 लोगों के पास. Now those 20 people who are there eating that cake, seeing that cake, is your prospective customer. That word of mouth ki okay, Andrula ka cakes means it's fancy, it's going to taste delicious, it's going to look beautiful. Now that word of mouth is what you want. As a baker, that is what is going to propel you forward, because every party your cake goes to, there's 20 more prospective customers sitting right there who will order from you. That is literally how I have grown. So that is number one, that is how, like, literally, I mean, otherwise imagine that time Instagram was not that much. Facebook, theek hai, aa raha hai, mahine mein 2 orders aa rahe. But I mostly got my orders from, I started off getting orders from people who know me and their friends, because they tasted the cakes which I had made for them. And that is how it actually started. And I would really advise कि आप लोग जब बनाओ, आप लोग हमेशा याद रखो कि आप एक केक नहीं बेच रहे हो, आप उस केक के थ्रू आप 50 केक बेच रहे हो. Once you have that thought process, you will put in, subconsciously you will put in that much effort कि वो बहुत सुंदर लगे and बहुत tasty हो, and you give it your best.
Definitely. So basically, word of mouth did the whole thing for you initially.
Yes. So to start off with, yes, absolutely. And then of course, I mean, see, social media is everything now. Okay, we get paid. I work as a social media influencer, so we get paid to actually do brand promotion. When you have your own page, your own, you are your own brand ambassador. So I have my page, The Sweet Spot. I don't run ads on it, but you can, you have your social, Instagram has all these options that you can run ad to reach more people. So you can definitely do that, because of course you reach a wider number of people, and that means that you increase your customer base. I personally haven't done that, but that's a very viable option. So through that also, where I display my work. So once one scrolls my page, they're like, wow, these are the kind of cakes that we are getting here. Like, I need to speak to this lady. They may not know me from MasterChef. They just see my page and they come to me. And I then translate them most of the time. But yeah, that's a very big thing. The social media is huge.
So how do you maintain your social media game? Like, how can one कोई अपने social media game को कैसे strong कर सकता है? क्या चीजें दिमाग में रखनी चाहिए जब उनका social media की बात आती है?
अगर हम सोशल मीडिया की बात करें ना, अगेन द अप्रोचेस आर अ लिटिल डिफरेंट, बट नाउ इट्स एक्चुअली अ लॉट इजियर इन द सेंस इंस्टाग्राम वंस रील्स. सो यू वुड हैव सीन कि बहुत सारे बेकर्स ऐसे फेमस हुए हैं जो रील्स, केक के रील्स बनाते हैं, केक बनाते हुए रील्स बनाते हैं. सो डेफिनेटली कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन दैट. हैव अ वेरी कंसिस्टेंट पोस्टिंग शेड्यूल. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई कैन नॉट स्ट्रेस इनफ कि आप लोग को रेगुलर पोस्ट करना होगा. आप रिपीट करो पोस्ट, पर रेगुलर पोस्ट करो, इंटरैक्ट करो. कस्टमर आपसे कोई बात कर रहा है, कोई बात कर रहा है, उस पे बात करो. आप एक चीज करना चाहिए विच लिटिल अंडरहैंडेड, बट आई विल शेयर दैट. आपके फ्रेंड्स होंगे, आप उनको बोलो कि जाके कमेंट करिए, उसको शेयर करें आपका जो पोस्ट है, सो दैट इट रीचेस मोर पीपल. द आइडिया है जितना रीच बढ़ेगा उतना ज्यादा अच्छा है, बिकॉज दैट मीन्स दैट लोग आपका प्रोडक्ट देखेंगे and product अच्छा लगेगा उन्हें, and they will be your prospective customers as well.
Definitely. And like, as you said, that desserts are your thing, and you are known to be a dessert queen. So how should one know their niche? Like, there's so many things when you talk about desserts. So how do one know their own niche?
So Radhika, in this, I'm just gonna burst a little bubble. So I love making desserts, and what our bakery, of course, we specialize in customized cakes. I was an artist in school and college and all. So I used to be in lot in sketching. So that I've translated to my cake designing skills. See, it's a smart move. आपको पता होगा आपका strength क्या है. मैंने भी उसी पे खेला है. कि अगर मेरा स्ट्रेंथ है कि मुझे स्केचिंग बहुत अच्छे से आता है, मेरा हाथ का काम बहुत ज्यादा नीट है, मैं कुछ भी बना सकती हूँ, मुझे आप क्ले दे दो तो मैं कुछ भी बना सकती हूँ, मैं बचपन से बना रही हूँ. I just translated that skill into my cake making skills, you know. It's just about taking it and making it into fondant stuff. So that's what I did. That's a part of it. तो फर्स्ट थिंग आई वुड सजेस्ट इज आप देखो आपके अंदर, आप अपने आप से पूछो कि व्हाट इज योर स्किल, आपको सबसे अच्छा क्या आता है, आप उस पे फोकस करो एंड उसको होन करो. एंड और एक चीज मैं सच बता रही हूँ, इफ आई शो यू माई केक्स, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 10-15 years बैक, आप लोग बोलोगे क्या है ये, मतलब दिखने में ऐसा कैसे है. And I genuinely believe this, as much as I believe also that I have a gift, but I also know this कि genius, like what Einstein said, it's actually a saying by Einstein that genius is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. I have that 1% inspiration, and of course आप लोगों के पास भी है, क्योंकि आप लोग इतना कोशिश करके, इतना एक महीने से classes attend करके, you're starting, you know, your baking journey, but you will have to put in that 99% of perspiration also. ये सीखना पड़ेगा, ये हाथ का सफाई जो है वो उसी से आएगी जब आप लोग करोगे. मेरे से भी केक्स में बहुत सारे गड़बड़ हुए, ये तो करेंगे बात इसके बारे में, बट आई एम जस्ट सेइंग बहुत सारे गड़बड़ हुए, अभी भी होते हैं. आई एम स्टिल लर्निंग बिकॉज आई डोंट हैव एनी फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग, एंड इवन आई बिलीव दैट शेफ्स हु हैव फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग वुड स्टिल हैव दिस. But yeah, sorry, I lost track. But when we talk about niches, how to find your niches, see, you will need to figure out for you. Like I said, like I chose my strength, I turned it into this, you know. Like I said, like I find it very easy to work with dough. मेरे को मैदा दे दो, मैं कुछ भी कर सकती हूँ. So I became a pastry chef of sorts. But that doesn't take away from my skills of, you know, like being able to cook other things. I love making Lebanese, Chinese, Indian, everything. But yeah, for now, as a business proposition, you also have to think कि आपको कहाँ पे अपने आप को place करना है. मेरे लिए बहुत क्लियर है कि मेरे पास 3 jobs है. I work as a food consultant, I'm an influencer, chef influencer, and I have a bakery. So I don't want कि मेरे पास बहुत सारे भर्ती orders हो जाए जिस पे मैं focus ही नहीं कर पाऊँ. You know, so I picked that niche कि I want to be known as somebody who only works, say for example, with couverture chocolates and, you know, fancy cakes and everything. I set my price limit, so if the customers can't match it, then I don't accept that order. तो आपको ये समझना होगा कि आपको कहाँ पे प्लेस करना है. Nothing wrong with being a baker who caters to the masses. I do hear about the bakers, you know, who are selling 800,000-900,000 ka cakes, and they possibly would be getting a more number of customers than me. And that is absolutely fine. ये आपको सोचना होगा आपको अपने आप को कहाँ पे प्लेस करना है, कि how you want to be known. एंड ऑफ कोर्स आप ये देखो कि आपका स्किल सेट कितना अच्छा हुआ है, आप कितने एक्सपीरियंस्ड हो. आप अगर शुरुआत कर रहे हो, देन इट्स बेटर टू कीप योरसेल्फ इन द लोअर स्केल सो दैट आप ज्यादा कस्टमर्स आए आपके पास एंड आपका हाथ का सफाई और बढ़ता जाए. बिकॉज अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू, ये जो एक्सपीरियंस है ना काम करने का, that is what is going to make it work. That is what is going to give you the real talent. You know, you can structure, I used to structure 7-tier cakes, and I didn't learn it overnight. I worked my way there. And I would suggest the same for you guys. You know, finding your niche, you have to look at yourself, into yourself, figure out what you want to do, where you want to place yourself, and strategize according to that.
Definitely. I think that was an incredible explanation that you did. Okay, so my next question would be also everyone, agar aapka bhi koi sawal, if you also have any question, feel free to put your questions in the chat. We would love to take up your questions as well. But my next question would be, what is your, you know, signature style? What is your signature dish or dessert?
So when I talk about my signature dessert, honestly, I think it would be a chocolate cake. I really believe this. Okay, there's a lot of things I really believe that people don't, nobody in this world bakes better than me. But definitely my chocolate cake is my signature. And the strangest thing is, it is actually an offshoot of my, like I said, like my mom's recipe, which I've actually tweaked and made it even better. But anybody who's had my chocolate cake have touch would turn into a customer for life. So that is definitely something for sure, you know. I think it's the simple things. Again, you have to understand, you know, desserts don't necessarily have to be fancy. It has to be something जो सबको पसंद आए. सबसे पहले होता है टेस्ट, फिर आता है लुक्स. लुक्स आर ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. हमारे केक बिजनेस में तो अगर सुंदर नहीं है चीज तो दिक्कत है. अब मैं सच बता रही हूँ, सॉरी. तो वो आपको देखना होगा. पर अगर टेस्ट अच्छा नहीं है ना, जितना भी सुंदर केक हो लो, आपके पास कस्टमर वापस नहीं आएगा. तो टेस्ट तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड सिंपल चीज जैसे चॉकलेट केक बोल रही हूँ मैं, चॉकलेट केक तो सब बनाते हैं, घर पे बनाते हैं, हर जन के घर पे बनता है. पर उसको कैसे स्पेशल बनाओगे, आप अपना ट्विस्ट कैसे दोगे, दैट इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू सेट यू अपार्ट.
Definitely. Also, my another question will be that, you know, they have learned a lot of things, you know, they will be learning a lot of recipe techniques and all. What are those things that are other than, you know, the recipe related things that a baker should keep in their mind? Like other than baking things, what are the basic, you know, things like other than the recipe? What are those things that one should keep in
So
their mind?
Radhika, over here, I'm going to give you what I also, if I take classes, the first thing that I tell them is follow the recipe, you know, follow the recipe first, because baking is science. अगर आप एक्सपीरियंस नहीं हो, आप स्टार्ट ऑफ कर रहे हो, आप प्लीज रेसिपी को पहले तो फॉलो करो, उसको मास्टर करो, उसको ऐसे कर लो कि आप उसको आंख बंद करके बना सकते हो. आई कैन बेक अ केक लिटरली ब्लाइंड फोल्डेड, आई कैन टेल यू दैट. गंदा फैला के मैं करूंगी पर कर लूंगी किसी तरीके से. तो यू नीड टू बी एबल टू बी कंफर्टेबल टू डू दैट. पर सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज तो वो है. फिर आती है दूसरी बात. एक रेसिपी का अगर आप देखोगे, रेसिपी को छोड़ के जो बेकिंग में इंपॉर्टेंट होती है, जो मैंने बोला कि एक तो एक्सपीरियंस, स्पेशली हमारे फील्ड में जहाँ पे हम लोग होम बेकर्स है, हमारी जो चीजें हैं वो दिखने में अगर सुंदर होगी ना, टेस्ट के साथ साथ इमीडिएटली आपके कस्टमर्स, रिपीट कस्टमर्स तो आएंगे ही, वो 10 को और नए लेके आएंगे आपके लिए. तो वो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. जितना हो सके प्रैक्टिस करो. जितना मैं, जैसे कुछ फॉन्डेंट वेस्ट हो जाता है ना, तो मैं उसको रख देती हूँ. व्हाट आई डू इज आई मेक माय असिस्टेंट प्रैक्टिस विद दैट टू इम्प्रूव हर फॉन्डेंट का काम. फॉर एग्जांपल when I say cream, for example, you know, because my piping, honestly, I'm telling you, my piping still is not perfect because I don't work a lot with cream and buttercream and all of that. So what I do at times, you know, is I take it and whatever extra little cream that bach gaya hai and all, sort of throwing it, I use it to practice my piping skills, my writing skills and all of that. So do that. That is very important. Third thing that I would say that is very important, apart from just recipe, is knowing your equipment. आप जो oven use कर रहे हो, you need to know how it works because each oven is different. Even my oven, sometimes, you know, I've been using this for the last 10 years, different models of this. मतलब same model, same company, but like नया आ रहा है, पुराना हो गया, खराब हो गया, because they also age. As they age, you know, your oven is getting hot spots. कहीं पे गर्मी ज्यादा हो रही है, कहीं पे नहीं हो रही है, कभी ऊपर वाला ग्रिल काम नहीं कर रहा है, कभी नीचे वाला ग्रिल काम नहीं कर रहा है. सो यू शुड नो योर इक्विपमेंट फॉर श्योर. तो उससे क्या होता है कि यू नो कि अच्छा मेरे ओवन के राइट साइड के पीछे ना, वहां पे अगर मैं डालूंगी तो वहां पे हीटिंग कम है, तो मेरा जो केक है वो एक साइड से ब्लॉन्ड रहेगा, एक साइड से बेक होगा. You need to be, as a baker, you need to know this. It's very, very important. And I'm telling you things which I don't know if anybody has told you, but these in my life, it's definitely been very, very important. And another thing that I would say is invest in some nice equipment to make your life easier once you have your orders roll in a little bit. Excuse me. Like I have like 3 planetary mixers. And at times, like at the Diwali time and the Christmas time, when these hampers are going out or my cakes are going out, itna rush रहता है, तब मेरे तीनों machines चलते हैं. I'm just saying that is not, I'm not saying that get 3, but I'm saying that you should look at investing in equipment to scale up your operations, क्योंकि आप अकेले खुद नहीं कर पाओगे, and you will have to sell a certain number of cakes to actually make your ends meet. But that investment comes once you're a little more comfortable. But yes, you should keep in mind that also.
Definitely. We'll take up two more questions, everyone, and post that we will move forward and see who has, stand out among all of you and who will be getting this amazing gift from Airblack that I will be telling you about. And we have the winner with us. So we'll be talking about that later. My next question. Okay, these are the last two questions that I have. The next question will be how much is cleanliness, how much is cleanliness important when it comes to baking?
It is the most important thing. Trust me on this, मतलब मेरा घर 2 से 3 बार साफ होता है, my kitchen in the day. And this is normally even when I don't have cake orders, say for example, because I have a dog who stays with me. And anytime before baking or before making anything, ek to I have a OCD with washing hands, so I wash my hands 20 times while I'm cooking. But make sure your counters are wiped before you start and after you finish. Because if your cleanliness factor is not met now, you actually can get into trouble. If, say for example, if somebody finds a hair in their cake, can you imagine what would happen? You would have lost that customer for sure. There would be negative things said about you to other people, so that you have bad publicity. Second, and third, it's just such a not a nice feeling, and that customer will possibly also tell you that I don't want to pay for this cake which has a hair in it, for example. So it's the most crucial thing, to be honest. I mean, I'm sorry, I actually missed that. I should have said that apart from recipes, cleanliness is so important. So important. Very.
Definitely. And my last question would be we have heard all your stories and everything, and I'm sure, with all these positivities, there are parts where there is negativity. And now that everything is online, people don't really think about saying stuff online. They just say whatever comes in their mind. So how do you deal with negativity online and offline?
Okay. So this I'm actually a master at. Possibly I'm a master at dealing with negativity online more than I'm a good baker. Thanks to MasterChef and one specific episode, if any of you have watched it, where literally, because you have to understand it's a reality television, things are edited in a certain way, made masaledar in a certain way. I almost, I used to get trolled a lot. I got so many hate comments, called chudel and whatnot, And the thing is, there's only one way to deal with it. You just block them, you just block them. And if there's somebody being really mean to you, you just go block them, report them to Instagram. All these social media platforms have these facilities in place. I was in a meeting with the Meta heads just last week, and in fact we were discussing this with them, and even they said that they take this so seriously. No bullying online. So don't ever take it. And I'm telling you this, you are the judge, and you are, you can put out anything that you want. You be you. Don't take nonsense from anyone. And if anybody does that, block them, all their khana. So the first thing is that. Second, if somebody, is not negative per se, just say that, that, okay, I don't think, your work is that great over here. I think in those cases, I just take it a little more politely and nicely. And I'll be like, okay, what do you think I can improve on? Because if they are taking this time to actually comment, whatever, like not a nice comment, but if they're telling you that, okay, they don't think something is not looking nice, then I would ask them actually for their feedback. Yeah, what do you think I can improve on? And kind of work on that. उससे भी बहुत help होता है. I mean, it's just another perspective, right? हम लोग को और एक चीज और एक जन का opinion मिल रहा है. So why not actually take that on board and improve myself? Because end of the day, like I said, it's us and we have to be us. We don't take bullying, but if somebody is giving us constructive criticism, it's always nice to take it and build on it.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Andrea, for answering all the questions so beautifully and so much in details. I'm sure your answers, they have inspired everybody here. And even if, they don't take it, even if they take it further in their life, but all your answers were so relatable to your life as well. So thank you so much for taking out your time and joining us for this particular, graduation ceremony. And let me know, everyone, how did you like it? Did you enjoy what Andrea said? Did her words inspire you? You can let me know in the chat. But for now, let's move ahead and have the exciting part, even more exciting part coming up. That is who will be the winner for this. So everyone, you all have the option of, to work on your profile, right? You all have your profiles where you put your pictures, you put your bio and everything. So for this particular gift, for this particular, thing, we basically go through your profiles and we see how much efforts you have put in your portfolio. And we have selected one of you, and I will also be taking you through her portfolio. So, Andrila, I'll just mention the name to you on the chat. You can just check the chat and you can do the honors. I'll just put you on the spotlight and you can do the honors and take her name.
Yay, guess what? Oh my God, this is really nice. So Kainat, you're the winner. This is so amazing. Wow, I can't wait to see your work. I think you're going to show us her work as well, right?
Definitely, we're going to show you her work. But Kainat, would you like to speak something?
Thank you. This is a surprise. But I really liked what I've learned, because after every session that we've done, I actually practiced it at home and tried putting it up on the website so that I also know where exactly what my faults were. Because with every baking, you come to know where what you have to do, I believe.
Absolutely, Kainat. I can't agree with you more. Again, I'm telling you guys, the only way to learn in baking is to just practice. जितना आप करोगे आपका हाथ उतना साफ होगा.
Awesome. So I think on that note, let's just see her profile. So can you all see my screen? So this is Kainat's profile.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. This is a tart cake.
You can unmute, Kainat.
The first one was the travel cake, because I didn't had it travel since, so I made it into the round one. The second one was my favorite from the Airblack, the Madeleine. It was a session by Vedika ma'am, and I fell in love with Madeleines, to be very honest. And the third one was the savory tart.
Wow, that also looks beautiful. Now I just feel like, digging into that tart right now.
And even the cutlery and everything.
Calling me. Cheese is calling me.
Lovely. So over here, you can see a few of her more work.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Wow, this cake you've made.
Yes, I made it on the basis of all the classes that we've done. I made it for my sister-in-law's birthday.
That looks really, really beautiful. I love this isomalt sail on top. That is an isomalt sail, right?
Correct. That's an isomalt.
That's beautiful. Seriously. I mean, it looks absolutely perfect. Even your cake decoration looks really nice. Again, the finish is very clean. This is a fondant or a cream cake that you have done?
Cream cake. I don't work with fondant.
No, but you have got a very nice finish. Honestly, it does not look like the work of somebody who's just picked up baking. I'm 100% sure. It's not possible. I'm 100% sure that you have a lot more experience. Yeah.
So basically, I share a very similar, I come from a working experience. I mean, I've been working in the social sector of Calcutta for many years now.
Wow.
But it is just the baking that is my calling, I feel. So it was just a birthday cake that was being happening every time, every anniversary. But then my family is always like, when you do it, you must take it up as a passion.
Absolutely. You should. Totally
This
must.
is the cookie hamper that I made for a charity sale in Calcutta.
I'll show you the cookie hamper.
Wow, that also looks so good. All of them look so yum. I think I need to attend one of your classes, Radhika. No, I'm not kidding. They look so good. And these are okay, Nutella filled rough puff. Wow, that's also a really nice idea. And I love how you have actually, gone ahead. Whatever you have learned, you have actually practiced and put it up. It's amazing. And it looks really great.
Awesome. And over here, we can just see all her certificates. So we can see all the classes that she has attended. And these are all, whatever she has made is the result of what she has, learned. And of course, her own determination. That's amazing. And also, Kainat, another surprise that you get from us, that you get 1K Amazon voucher from Airblack Culinary Club. So the team will be getting in touch with you. And thank you so much, Kainat, for being an amazing student. For the others also, who couldn't make it, not to worry, everyone. You all were exceptionally great. And we would love to see more of you. You can go ahead, and whenever you make something, you can tag Airblack Culinary Club. You can tag the expert. Make sure that you work on your portfolio. But I think on that note, we have come towards the end. So, are there any parting words for the young bakers we have with us? budding
I
bakers?
just want to say, don't give up. Sometimes the going gets tough, and that's when the tough gets going. I'm quoting a pop song, I know, but it really, really works, because again, understand that with any business, you will have both, things like which will go up, sometimes it will go down, but you will have to bear through it. I mean, honestly, even like through COVID, there were months when we did not get any order because there was a strict lockdown, right? But then there were other times when we were flooded with so much orders, so many orders that we were not being able to manage. So that is going to happen. That is part of the business. And of course, always remember, I'll give you a couple of parting wisdom words of starting out. So when you are starting out, make sure you know where you are in the marketplace. In the sense, make sure you know your competition pricing around, how much people are selling it for, what is the per pound or per kg, what are the cakes being retailed at over there by the different home bakers. Find your niche where you want to place yourself. Of course, do your calculations, do your costing, make sure focus on that, keep a tab about it, make sure you get your licenses as well because it's very important. So at least have a FSI registration because that is a requirement for any home baker. Make sure you do that. If you have a trade license, well and good. Once your sales start going up, then you have to apply for GST. I'm talking about the regulation part, the lawyer in me. But these are also very important things to keep in mind. The licensing, I'm sure you would have attended a course on that as well. So keep that in mind, find your niche and keep on practicing and don't give up. Sometimes the going is going to get hard and don't get disheartened. That's all I'm going to say. And of course, and most important thing, what I say to all my students, whoever I interact with, whoever come to me for advice, is just this, cook your heart's language. Cook what you love, because once you cook what you love, the love translates to the food. And that always is the secret ingredient to making it all taste fantastic. So thank you guys. I really had a wonderful time, sharing all this with you. And it was a pleasure, and congratulations, Kainat. Your work looked fantastic. And I really wish I could have seen the others as well. I mean, it's just so inspirational to have you guys all here. So wonderful.
Definitely. On that note, Indrila, thank you. Thank you so much for taking out your time and for being an amazing mentor to all our graduating students. And I'm sure they all found you really inspiring. And whatever you said, they were words of wisdom. So thank you so much for joining us for this particular session. I will now